So today we will be learning a new lesson, that is components of food. In the last chapter we discussed about our foods, where does it comes from, and now we'll see more about the foods, and here we'll try to learn about the components. First, let me ask you that if you feel hungry, what do you do? Okay, this is my first question. The second question is that what do food contains? Okay, then the third is why do we eat foods? After that we have the types of the foods that can be called as the vegetables, grains and the fruits. We'll learn about the what is called balanced diet, and also we look after that what if you, me, everybody don't eat for a long time, then how will we feel at the time? But this question is for you. You have to find out the answers. Okay. So first, let me tell you, like generally when I asked you a question like as soon as we reach home, like whenever we reach home, what is the first thing that we do? Like suppose if you stay in a school, if you have you were present in a class for long 5 hours or 4 hours, or just catch up like you have been throughout the whole period, whole day, right? As soon as you reach home, what do? Definitely we eat something, right? It may be a snacks, or if we went home by the time of 12 noon, then definitely we'll go for the rice, right? So with that, you have been tasting lots of food. What is the differences that you have get in that? Like suppose if you're eating meat, okay, or if you're eating we can say rice or roti or like chow mein, okay, or momo. What we can find here different? I'm not talking about the taste. Okay, definitely we know that we'll have a different taste of different foods. But before than that, what we will come to know? We'll come to know that the smells. Right. Different food release different smells. Okay. So now, as you know that in the last class, in social class, we have discussed about the diversity, right? I mean, we talked about how India is diverse, and here also in food we can say the taste of the foods are completely diverse in our country. Like you have one choice, you have one favorite food. Like with that, this happens in your own likeness. Now I have my own taste. Like with that, if we look after the state wise, like if you go to different states, like from Arunachal to Assam, then what you'll find that the people in Assam, they used to have different taste of foods, right? And if we go more farther, like if we go to the parts of Kolkata, presently which is known as, okay, then what we have is like if we go to the Jammu and Kashmir, or if we go to the southern part of India, like in the parts of Andhra Pradesh, or if we go to the parts of Kerala, or if we go to the west directions, to the west side of India, that is in the parts of Rajasthan, or if we go to the Gujarat, so everywhere we can find different varieties of foods which is grown. Like in Punjab, they grows wheat. That means the people of that country, they eat roti or chapati, right? In that conditions we can say like each people, they have different taste in their foods, right? So each food, they will have their own smells and different taste, and this can be called as diversity in food. This is the diversity in food. Okay. Now, okay, if I asked you what is called nutrients, do you know the definition of a nutrient? So let's see. Here it is the definition of a nutrient. Let me mark. This is, so it is written there, a substance that provides nourishment essential for maintenance of life and growth is called nutrient. Right. So each food they carries, each food that we eat, okay, each food they have got the nutrients. Okay, all the foods that we eat has the nutrients. And you know what are the types of the food? As I already have mentioned, the vegetable is a type of the food, grains is a type of the food, fruits is a type of a food. So these are the types of the food, and each food that has got different nutrients. Okay, what I say, that each food they have different nutrients. So now let's see what is called balanced diet. Okay, so before I asked you that what is called balanced diet, right? So we can say that food should contain from all kinds of sources. Like we must have the green vegetables, we must have the fruits, we must have the grains, we must also have the meat. Only by eating green vegetables, or only if we eat rice, or only if we eat the meat, or only the fruits, that cannot be called as the balanced diet. Okay, so for the reason to have a proper diet, to maintain a good health, we must have the balanced diet. That means according to the level, and we must eat all the types of foods which is necessary for our body. Clear? Now, as I have been telling you that the food that contains nutrients, right? We came to know that a food contains nutrients. Now, I would like to ask you that why do we need to maintain a balanced diet? Can you give me the answer? So this will be the homework for you. Okay? Remember the questions. Why do we need to maintain balanced diet? This will be the task, and do it before 6 p.m. So now the next point is that I said you that different types of the food have got different types of taste, and so the different food they help the parts of our body, okay, and that works in different parts of our body. Clear? So like we have different foods, we have different vegetables, we have different the fruits or the grains, and also the meats. Right? Each of these foods, whatever we consume, that are all been used for our body, and that all works for different parts of our body. Clear? So now this nutrients protects our parts of body. These nutrients, the nutrients which we get from the vegetables, from the grains, and from the fruits, that protects our body. And also, as we know, food gives us energy, right? You know that the food gives us the energy. Clear? So okay, now we can see that how do we know that food carries nutrients? So if it is the question, then we can say that the foods are divided into different categories. Okay, whatever the foods we eat, like some foods that carries carbohydrates, some foods that carries the proteins, some foods has got the fats, some has got the vitamins, and the others that have some mineral salts. Okay, so we get this in different kind of the foods. here. So each food, they have different functions to help to grow the health of the us. Okay. Okay. Next, whatever topic is left will be learning in the next class. Thank you.